Hello and welcome to the third video of my series of making user styles on KORG Arranger keyboards. The first two videos deal with making variations, and in this video we will look at making fill-ins and breaks. First, we will see how to make fill-ins. All the parts of a user style have to be made individually. However, we can copy elements of some types to make others. Variations can be made this way, copying from each other and editing them as you will. Similarly, once you have made the first fill-in, they can be used to make other fill-ins and other sections. Please note the positioning of fill-ins. You can see that fill 1 comes after variation 1, fill 2 after variation 2, and so on. And as you know, for these models, if you press variation 1, you will always get fill 1. So let's get on with making fill-ins. Select your style. Click Record. Record Edit Current Style and click OK. Now in the main page, go to Style element and select Fill 1. You can see that the Fill 1 is one measure count as standard. Mostly you will be making half-bar fill-ins to ensure continuity. Fill 1 is essentially an extension of variation 1, so you need to copy the same instruments you have selected in variation 1. So first have a look at the instruments you have selected in variation 1. You have the standard kit RX1 for the drums, percussion kit, finger bass 2, grand piano, real folk guitar strumming 2, and warm pad. So let's select those instruments here as well. Now go to Fill 1 and check your instruments. The drum kit is the same, RX1, percussion is the same. Now change the bass to finger bass 2. Grand piano is the same. And change the guitar to folk guitar strumming 2. And the pad track we will keep to the warm pad. Essentially, we will be following a similar method like how we made variations, and we will start with the drum track. So let's listen to our variation 1, and the basic pattern of the fill 1 should also remain the same. Select fill 1 again and the drum track. Keep the resolution as half beat. To make things easier, select solo track for the track you're working with. So listen to the track in variation 1 first and come back to fill 1 to record. We will start again with the hi-hats. Let's add the kick drum. Now this is for variation 1, so we'll make a very subtle fill-in. Let's add other tracks now. Select the piano track. Now we will add the guitar parts. Let's add the pads. Let's go to the bass track now. And we will listen to the bass track in variation 1 first. Let's go back to fill 1. Now let's add the bass. Now our fill 1 is ready. So let's exit from solo and listen to the track. Now we will make our second fill 2. This time it is easier as we have already fill 1, and let's copy the parts from that. So go to menu, style edit, click copy from style. Now we select from fill 1 to fill 2. Select all tracks and click execute. Exit, then open fill 2. The style gets richer across variations, so this fill has to be richer than fill 1. We will delete the snare drum which was in fill 1 and make another pattern. For this we will use the delete note button. Start your style, press and hold the delete note and then click the key for the corresponding note or drum that you want to delete. So let's do that. You can see that the snare drum has been deleted. So now let's make a new fill pattern. We'll have some practice first. So let's add that to our fill. If you understand drum patterns, you know that the drum roll or fill-in ends with the crash cymbal, and this is usually on the first beat of the next bar or measure. Let's see how to add this crash cymbal to our style. We can see that a fill-in contains only one bar or measure. To add this cymbal, we will go to menu, event edit, and for the drum track, find and click the last event or note in your screen. Click Insert. You can see that a default note has been inserted. Change this note to the crash symbol you need. So let's reduce the value a bit. Now go to note position. This reads as the first measure and fourth beat and the note position. Now change it to the first beat of the next measure. So that is measure number 2 and first beat. Now remember that our fill-in has only one bar or measure. To get around this, carefully change this slightly to the note position just before this. So now this will be contained in one measure. This is virtually the same as the first beat of the next measure and will sound perfectly when you use the fill-in. We will check the other tracks and compare that with variation 2. Since fill 2 follows variation 2, select solo track and you can compare each track with variation 2. In this user style, variation 1 and 2 are very similar, so we don't have to do much for fill 2. In making user styles, the only limit is your imagination, so you can do as many changes as you would like to. Let us now exit from record and listen to what we have made. You can see that in our example we have 3 variations and 2 fills, so the order may be different from normal. Ideally, you should have 4 variations and 4 fills. I have kept the numbers less to keep this video simple to understand. So let's listen to the style. Let's just listen to the drum tracks first. Variation 1. That's your fill 1. Variation 2. You can see that the fill 2 is coming after variation 2, variation 3 in fact, so don't worry about that. You can make other fill-ins for other variations in a similar manner. Let's hear it again with the accompaniment. If you listen to fill 2 and if you notice a crash cymbal, you can see that the crash cymbal is now coming in the first beat of the next measure correctly. Breaks are usually the shortest section of styles, but they give a lot of dynamics to the performance. And breaks are one of the easiest parts to make in styles as they mostly contain a section of silence. You need to know that whenever you make a user style, a default count, intro and a break is automatically included. Let's play and see. So that was the automatic brake. You can see that it may not always match what you're looking for. So let's make one of our own. To make brakes, in the style record page, open the style element brake. This is similar to making any other section of the style, so make sure the instruments match those of the variations. The drum is the same, percussion is the same, bass we will change to finger bass 2, piano is the same, guitar we will change to real folk guitar strumming 2. We will avoid the pad track for this break. We will make a simple break for your reference and we will start again with the drum track. So let's start recording. We will add the kick and crash cymbal at the first beat. Let's keep the metronome on. We will add some hi-hats at the end of the measure to make some more dynamics. Now we'll add a piano chord. We will add a guitar stroke, just a downstroke to keep this simple. Now let's add some bass. And there you go, your break is ready. As silence is a notable feature of breaks, it is much easier to make than other sections. Now let's check what we have made so far in our user style. So first write your style. Exit from record. And let's play and see. That's a fill 1. That's a fill 2. And that's your break. Now let's play it with accompaniment. Hope you have found this video to be informative. Thank you very much for watching. I shall be back with more user style related videos. Thank you.